Yo, JD here, Terrorless, and as you can see by this video, this is round 3 of the Apex Online Racing Christmas Cup in the classic cars, and we're in a Ferrari F2002 today. And I have to say, this is my favourite car in the classic cars, this and the 2004. But starting this race, I was actually host of this and had to allow the racing line and automatic gears for the assists. And you'll be able to see a little issue I have on the first lap in the second here. It was actually quite funny, but we're back on the wheel. No pad for this. We are on the wheel, and it felt absolutely great. In the practice I think I did about an hour's worth of practice before this race. So jumping on 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go now. And as you can see, we've got the racing line on, and we're in automatic gears as well. So enabling those assists has actually resulted in me actually using assists. So I was a bit confused at this point. So we're almost outbraking ourselves. Almost could have been absolutely carnage there, but luckily we actually gained some positions, I think, there. So we gained on EVR Matt, and the grid is determined by championship order, but it's reverse grid. So I'm second in the championship, so we've got Matt behind me, who we managed to jump ahead of here. But going to here now, we've got Deval as we almost hit the back of him, so we've got to go off the track completely. I don't think we got any damage. Coming back on it nice and slowly. I saw this opportunity to change my system. We've got a legal overtake, but we've actually lost the position. We've gone back to P14. So now we're going to pause the game and turn off the assists, or again as we're used to. But coming through here now, the Lesmo, and we're in P13. So I think we gained a couple of positions where we've got a 5-second stop-go penalty, but I'm pretty confident that's going to be removed because we actually lost some positions and we had no choice but to go off the track completely there. So hopefully that will get removed. But yeah, this race, I wasn't really too confident for track, but driving this on the wheel in these cars, it felt absolutely amazing. I have to say, the classic cars with the wheel, I actually think it's probably better than the F1 2017 cars. It feels that good with it. And you're probably wondering why there isn't round 2. Round 2 at Spa, for some reason my footage actually corrupted at the end, but even if it was working, it wasn't really worth an upload because I got lagged into, if you saw on Twitter, about twice in that race, which kind of just destroyed my race, and I ended up coming home in P14 because I had to pit for a new wing, and I was just driving by myself, so it wasn't really worth the upload anyway. But in that race, we got no points, and I think Matt, our championship rival, he came 3rd, I think, or 2nd or 3rd in that race, and we won the first race. So now it's just a case of trying to beat him in this, because there's 2 races after this to go in this little mini championship. As we overtaken Charlie there, who you can see he went in deep. I think someone else pitted at the start of the lap as well. But in terms of my feeling with the wheel, I was feeling really good. I was actually feeling really quite confident. Again, every single lap I was getting more and more confident. But I felt for the first time I was able to actually push myself in terms of the exit of corners, really just trying to catch the oversteer, just really not thinking about just my braking input or anything like that, but actually thinking about attacking people in the race, which is kind of a level where you want to be on a device, is not even having to think about, your throttle application or anything like that, or your smoothness or anything. It should naturally come to you, and I felt this race, it was definitely another step in the right direction. We've got Hayden in front of us, and we're going to move to the inside of him, going into Parabolica. As we do that, just about coming to, I think that is called Parabolica. I'm probably the worst person on the planet in terms of names when it comes to F1 corners, but I'm pretty sure that was. But now we've moved into 9th position. Someone else has actually gone into the pits, and we're going to go into the first corner. Really like this braking. You can brake so late in this car, super late. First gear, and it feels really nice to change direction through there. It feels really sweet. But now we've actually caught up to It's Ollie, and I'm not sure who else that is. I think that is the Giants in the gamer tag there. It was a pretty cool gamer tag. Coming through off Ascari now, getting a good exit coming off here now as we're going to go past Ollie, and now we're going to go about going past the Giant as well, so just slipping in between them, and we could do a double overtake on this straight. So coming off this last corner now, we just about get the move done to here, and that felt really satisfying to me, because racecraft is something I'm going to have to work on big time. From using the controller for so many years and now using the wheel, as the giant has actually outbraked himself, and as we almost do as well, but luckily we just about keep it on track. But yeah, racecraft is going to be the biggest thing really to learn in this racing wheel to wheel, and I felt in this race here, I felt it was another real tick in the box in terms of getting closer to that stage where we actually get a penalty now. So 3 warnings this race, and that is a 3-second penalty on top of our 5-second stop-go penalty as well, which I'm hoping to get removed at the end of this, but that's potential 8 seconds worth of penalties now at the moment, so we've got to really get a move on. But as you can see there, we're catching the oversteer pretty nicely, so it's starting to come to me now. It's starting to feel just a lot more natural when I can predict the car's going to bite or not. But going to this corner now, we almost outbraking ourselves. We're actually going to go around the outside of this guy. I can't quite read his game tag there, but we go around the outside of him, which I didn't really intend to do. We just broke our normal braking spot, and we've somehow managed to get the move down. Now we've got Jamie 183 ahead of us as well. And we're going to think about going down the inside again here as well. Just about making the second apex, the second gear through here. And that was 2 really not really intended moves, to be honest, but somehow managed to stop the car. And this is just feeding my confidence at this stage. This just really is just fueling the confidence of now feeling like I can actually really attack people and actually kind of still do the same overtaking me so I used to do on the controller with this device. And I have to say, after playing this, it just felt so good in these cars. Like, it felt really just so nice driving on this. It just felt like the wheel was definitely built for these, because you can feel everything out of the car, and just the sensation, and just racing wheel to wheel. I would really be up for doing a full classic car league, to be honest. Changing cars every race, I'd be up for that 100%. So if I don't set it up, then I hope someone else actually sets it up as well. But I'll definitely talk to AOR to see if we can actually make that possible. Obviously Sunday's been quite tight schedule, but maybe another day in the week if we've got enough numbers. If you're interested on Xbox, then please comment down below, because I would definitely be up for organising that. But now, moving on to this race, we've managed to get ourselves back into 5th place, setting a purple lap time. So driving each lap, just feeling I could just attack the track so much more. And comparing myself to the first race of this Christmas Cup, the confidence is on a different level now. And I think the car definitely does help, but this car is quite a handful throughout the corners as well. As you can see, a little bit of oversteer there on the exit, so it's not an easy car to drive, but I just felt really in tune and that I could be consistent. We're saying I'm on the quickest laps of the race. I think the quickest lap is a 0.7 or something at the moment now, so setting a 0.8, and that was pretty good. But another harsh reminder that we've got to really keep within our limits, and braking a little bit too hard there, so just letting the confidence get a little bit too ahead of us. But that, again, just a sharp reminder that we've just got to take it one corner, one race at a time at this point. But now we've actually caught up to our dasher in 15, I think that is. Caught up to him, getting a decent slipstream to go into Parabolica. We think about going around the outside again, which we do. We commit ourselves right to the outside, leaving some room on the inside, and that is a move into 4th place with EVR Matt, our championship rival, actually ahead of us. And I think he is 2.1 seconds, I think that's what it says, 2.1 seconds ahead of us, as we've got to defend now from our dasher, and braking at a really good spot, not really locking up at all, as I think he goes straight on, but he almost collects us on the rear, and that is a move into 4th place. And now we've got 2 laps to chase down our rival, who is very good in these cars, I have to say. But coming into here now, the last lap, and we've actually started to close in. You can see the gap visually is definitely less than what it was before, and this is my fastest lap of the race as well. So we're going to stay on board for the rest of this to the end of the race and see what we can do. So we're going purple for this first sector, 2/10 purple. Considering these tyres are quite worn at this stage as well, it was pretty good actually. I think looking back at the race director, the times were, once I got into clear air, and you can see just being just a lot more aggressive, just a lot more committed to the corners is definitely what you need for this. And I felt like I just wasn't really too worried about how I was braking. I was more focused on the guys ahead, which is really the mindset you want when you're gaining that confidence on a device. But coming through here now, nice clean lap, no corner cutting from what I've seen. And it looks like Matt is not able to get past, and I think that's Shemil Heskey, a wonderful name, ahead of him, as VSR Leopard has won the race, who had very good pace. I'm not quite sure where he started on the grid. We'll be able to see in a few seconds time. Coming across the line now, and we do a 20.6, which at fastest last sector, as you can see, purple last sector as well. And I have to say, I was really happy about. Unfortunately, we can't see where Leopard started. I think he definitely did start ahead of us. I think he started in the top 7 or something like that. But you can see we've got penalties here. It says we've got 3 penalties, but we've only actually got 2. We've got the 5-second penalty and the 3-second penalty for the corner cutting. So the 5-second penalty, I'm hoping, will be removed, which would actually promote us to second place, which it did say on the screen. So we'll be able to look at race director. So hopefully that can actually get removed. I'll be really happy if that does. So hopefully that will, and we will be in second place, which means we're only 1 point behind our rival EVR Matt, and going to last two races. So after not being too confident on Italy, that was a really good result, and hopefully you enjoyed that as well, and being on the wheel. But this is the Ferrari F2004 now, and this is my quickest lap in time trial. I actually did this today, the day after the race, and this was only 2 tenths off the world record after 4 laps, and I was pretty happy about that, and looking forward to my progression, continuing on the wheel. Hopefully you guys continue to enjoy it. The setup I'm using here is exactly the same as what I used in the race that we just did, so feel free to take that. But again, thank you so much for the support. Comment down below if you're interested in this league on Xbox. If you'd be interested in it, then let me know, and then I can definitely talk to AOR about it, because I'd be very happy to do a classic car league. I really do enjoy these cars quite a lot. So hope you enjoyed this race. Thank you so much for the support recently in my videos. It's been actually insane the last few videos. I really do appreciate that, and I hope you continue to enjoy the content. Had a good Christmas, and looking forward to the new year. So
there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grab my hand.